कहेगा तुम्हें, तेरे कन्हैया किसको कहेगा तुम्हें। जिसने तुझको जन्म दिया के, जिसने तुझको पाला कन्हैया, किसको कहेगा तुम्हें। माने मानताई और देवी देव पूजे, वीर सही देव की। दूध में खिलाने का, गोद में खिलाने का सुख पाया यशोदा जी ने। एक ने तुझको जीवन दिया रे, एक ने जीवन संभाला कन्हैया, किसको कहेगा तुम्हें। मरने के दर से बेच दिया घर से, देवकी ने गोकुल में। बिना दिया जन्म यशोदा बनी माता, तुझको छपाया चलने। एक न तन को रूप दिया रे, एक न मन को काला कन्हैया, किसको कहेगा तुम्हें। जन्म दिया हो चाहे पाला हो किसी ने, बेलिए ममता न जाने। कोई भी हो जिसने दिया हो प्यारे माँ का, मान तो माँ उसी को माने। एक ने तुझको दिया है आते, एक ने दिया उजाला कन्हैया, किसको कहेगा तुम्हें। तेरे कन्हैया किसको कहेगा तुम्हें, किसको कहेगा तुम्हें, किसको कहेगा तुम्हें।
सिय राम में सब जग जानी, करहो प्रणाम जोरी जग पानी। जप ही नाम जन अरे अनवारे, मिट ही को संकट होवे सुखारी। नाम ले तो भव सिंधु सुखाई, करो विचार सो जन मन माई। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े। भव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े, भव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। कैसे तेरा नाम धियाए, कैसे तुम्हारी लगन लगाए। कैसे तेरा नाम धियाए, कैसे तुम्हारी लगन लगाए। हृदय जगा दो ज्ञान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। भव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। संत मतों की सुन सुन बातें, द्वार तेरे तक पहुँच न पाते। संत मतों के सुन सुन बातें, द्वार तेरे तक पहुँच न पाते। भट्ट के बीच जहान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। तुम ही श्यामल कृष्ण मुरारी, राम तुम्ही गणपति त्रिपुरारी। तुम ही श्यामल कृष्ण मुरारी, राम तुम्ही गणपति त्रिपुरारी। तुम ही बने हनुमान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। भव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण पड़े। ऐसे अंतर ज्योति जगाना, हम दिनों को शरण लगाना। ऐसे अंतर ज्योति जगाना, हम दीनों को शरण लगाना। हे प्रभु दया निधान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े, उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, शरण पड़े, भव पार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े, भव पार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े, उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारी शरण पड़े।
उद्धार करो भगवान, तुम्हारे शरण पड़े। भगवान, allow us to take sharanam. Bhagavan, allow us to take shelter at your immaculate feet. Where else and who else can we ask to take shelter? And to whom? Only Bhagavan. Prem Suro Radhavara Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Prem Suro Lakshmi Narayana Bhagavan ki jai. Our most revered Shrotas, Shriman and Srimati Kalicharan and family, our most ordained and humble children, respected mothers and fathers, those virtually placed in this satsanga, once again pranam. To take a sattvic path from that dark, corrupted, contaminated path, and for us to stay on the path of spirituality. Because at the end of the day, my dear brothers and sisters, only the path of spirituality matters. And so tonight, on such a note, Bhagavan Sriman Narayan brought all of us to gather through the kind courtesy of our dear and loving family, Shriman and Srimati Kalicharan, our wonderful boys. Let us once again, as we have listened to those appropriate renditions, appealing, it says, Pundarikakshan. By just thinking of Sriman Narayana, by just bringing the mind to Bhagavan, you already become pavitra. You already become purified. You already become cleansed. As we plunge our mind and our thoughts to Bhagavan, I once again encourage all of us, as we gather, my dear Bhaktijano, to understand and to further realize the power that lies within all of us. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Shri Mahaganapataya Namah. सरस्वते नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः चन्द्रिकाय नमः। ॐ लक्ष्मीनारायणाय नमः। राधवर कृष्णचन्द्राय नमः। ॐ सीतारामचन्द्राय नमः। ॐ पवनतमजने नमः। ॐ सूर्याय नमः। नवग्रहदेवाय नमः। ॐ श्री यमधर्मराजाय नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकार व्याप्तं येन चराचरम् तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा। गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपितजम्बूफलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपारमङ्गलम्। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी। विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिः भवतु मे सदा। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वत्रासादिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्। ॐ नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती चैव ततो जयमुद्रये। ॐ यमाय धर्मराजाय वैवष्टाय च सर्वभूतक्षाय च ऊदुम्बराय च अनादनीदनो देवो शङ्खचक्रागरधरा अक्षय पुण्डरीकाक्ष पितृमोक्ष प्रदो भवे। पितृमोक्ष ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। बोलो ओम नमो
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि
केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि केशव हरि गोविंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि सुंदर हरि भक्तजनों, भगवान हरि, we call upon you this moment. हे मुकुंद, हे नारायण, हे केशव, हरि गोविंद, हरि नारायण हरि ओम। Oh man, if you only recite Om, it brings immense peace, it brings immense joy, it brings immense clarity to that purpose. Why we on earth? हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि केशव हरि गोविंद 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 हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद
हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम। Everybody?
सुंदर नंद मुकुंद हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि केशव हरि गोविंद 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 हरि नारायण हरि ओम।
हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंद Hari Narayana Hari Om. Bolo.
Hari Sundari Nanda Mukunda, Hari Narayana Hari Om.
Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda, Hari Narayana Hari Om.
Hari Sundari Nanda Mukunda, Hari Narayana Hari Om.
Hari Keshava Hari Govinda, 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 Hari Narayana Hari Om.
Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda, Hari Narayana Hari Om.
Hari Sundari Nanda Mukunda, Hari Narayana Hari Om.
Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda,
Hari Narayana Hari Om.
प्रेम से बोल नारायण भगवान की जय, राधा कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। भक्तजनों, कीर्तन is so powerful. Hari Kirtan in Kali Yuga bring immense peace and contentment to you and I, much less our pitras. Those who have gone beyond. Tonight, I'm pretty much aware that you feel that energy. You feel those loved ones with you, and continue to cooperate your mind. Be in this satsang. Not only physically be here, but go and walk and take a stroll and come back. Even those who are virtually, stay with us. Be involved, share the life. Because what a darshan, what a blessing to allow someone to listen to the kahani, the mahima, the glories of God and His messages to all of us. My dear friends, this dear family has their sponsor for us tonight. Their loving parents who have gone beyond, and other family members, and all of us here would have lost someone before today. And not to scare you, this will continue to happen. That's Satyam, Satyavad. That's the truth. And tonight, as they are with us, we are so thankful. We are so humble. We are so reverent with them because the Lord walked with us all the time. And so tonight from the inception, may this katha not only elevate you and I, may this katha elevate our pitras as we dedicate once again tonight pravachan to our dear pitras, Parampita Paramatma, wherever their atma, wherever their soul may be, may we continue to enjoy that bliss, that anand. Tonight, as we look at Garuda Purana in Preta Kanda, a beautiful dialogue between Bhisham Pitamaha and Yudhishthira. Those two names would bring some clarity or closeness to what you know already. Bhisham Pitamaha, the guy who lie on the beds of our room. Grand Shir of Mahabharata. You see, Garuda Purana has everything inside, my dear Bhaktajana. About the creation, Ramayana story, yes, so much food for thought is in Garuda Purana. And here, Garuda was asking. Garuda asks very nicely in the 22nd chapter of this Preta Kanda. How does ghosts come about? We say Preta or Bhoot. How does ghosts come about? How are they redeemed? How can they be helped out of that? How can they be helped out of that Preta hood, that form? What are their features? What do they look like? What is their diet? And I may skip the piece tonight because I think it is not a healthy conversation to have what they pray to eat on this forum, maybe when we have an in-house class. Oh Lord, Garuda, Hey Bhagavan, how are ghosts being perpetuated? How are they being honored? Oh Lord of all deities, he's asking, where do they stay? Where do they live? Bhagavan, please favor me. Garuda is asking the bird. Please tell me. Please answer my queries. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Papa Karma Tahayeve Purva Karma Vashunaga Jayate Mrittam Prayatasya Tatta Sunusha Vadamayam. Remember the first question? How ghosts come about? Ghosts English word. We say pray to, Bhuta Pisach. Those are levels of ghosts. Bhuta Pisach. And he says, Bhagavan says, it is men. And when I say men, not only man, in what we call masculine terms, humankind. Papa karma yevai, purva karma ashat yuga. It is men of sinful actions acquitted by their previous birth and previous misdeed who become ghosts or preta in our terms after death. Please listen, Bhagavan Sriman Narayana is saying. Let me tell you in a little more detail. Bhagavan is saying. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya. Please sing along, man.
Vasudevaya.
One more time, please.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhuta Pandagasta Aram Sura Mandiram Prapam Saga Subhuksham Cha Tata Bhojana Shalika.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Papama Ham Dharma Vikriya Anti Sapa Pabhaka Nritya Pretava Maapnoti Yadadha Bhuta Samlabam. Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavan says, Sriman Narayan says, desiccate, oh man, well, you know, water, wells. We don't have that in this part of the world, but back in the days, back home, and maybe there's still rural areas that do not have proper potable water. People have to dig shallow well, as we say. It says a man who destroy well, place where people drink water from, tanks, lakes, who destroy parks, public amenities, temples, waterways, groves of trees, who destroy a house that helped alms, help the less fortunate, and those who misdirect anyone in religious rites. All these things. And those who misdirect them for material gain. Today, you have this graph. Today, you have this. Today, the soul is in predicament. And for you to release the soul, we have to do X kind of work. And it will cost you so much, and I'll bore you. If you lost someone, not if you lost someone who's been here, I will restructure. I take that back. When you lost someone who is dear and near to you, tell me what would you not do to help them? Tell me what you would not spend or how far you would not bend backwards to help that soul if you're told that by someone who's in authority, someone who you believe and trust and rely on and lean on. Oh man, it says those individuals who manufacture, who create situation, who bleed you, after death they become co-spirita and remain as such until the final deluge. My dear friends, if you cannot do good, don't do nothing at all. Don't even weigh in on the conversation. Don't even talk. Don't even tell, because you're contributing. Bhagavan went on to say, out of greed of people, we upset the boundaries of villages, countries. We want a peace more like that. We fight. Look what's happening in the world today. We destroy pastures. We destroy land. We destroy tanks, waterway, Bhumi Devi. We become Buddha. My dear Bhakta Jano. Those who die a foul death, Bhakta Jano, we become ghosts. Those who die, very, very important, those who die and Shraddha Karma is not performed for them, ghosts. Those who passed on, and some people say, you know what, man, that's too much of work. Can we not finish it up one time and done? No pinda is offered for them. This is, of course, if you believe in Hinduism, right? Sanatana Dharma teaches this. If you believe in something else, I cannot deliberate on that. But if you believe in reincarnation, if you believe in coming back, if you believe, oh man, as a Sanatani, a way of life. I told you last evening, a Sanatani, colloquially we say Hindu, is now once a year when you lift your janda. You don't have to lift a flag to be a Hindu. You don't have to live in Mandir to be a Hindu. You know? But if you live in Mandir and you lift your flag, you must be a Hindu. Every breath you breathe must be a Sanatani. Every breath you exhale must be a Sanatani. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you care for nature, the way you care for your brothers and sisters must be all inclusive. You know, when you go on vacation, and if they tell you all inclusive, and when you go, you have to pay hand for this, oh boy, you ruin your whole vacation. What they said is, right, Charda? As a Sanatani, it is all inclusive. You're a Sanatani all the time. All the time. Not only when you gatani kurta or kurti. Not only when you're saying Om Jai Jagadish Hare. Not only when eyes are on you. Remember, eyes are on you all the time. If you think Mami na see, or Daddy in see, or Guruji in see it, Bhagavan see all the time. We gotta be silly to think that. And so, man, when you pass on Pinda, Tarapana, rites of worship to that soul must be done. Must be done. The rituals, if a person dies in Panchak, we know all this. Panchak Vidhi, Panchak Shanti. A person died in inappropriate planet influences. Dvipushkaryo, Tripushkaryo. Certain rites must be done. You don't know this. When you go to the funeral home, you set it on Sunday. Because, hey, everybody can come. And then you got to talk after. You see that crowd in there? Yeah, but I tell you what crowd? All of we go up to the fire. We even don't, they don't even allow us to go in the little room thingy anymore in Canada here. Because it's a small place. The only thing that goes with you is your karma, woman. Our karma. Understand this. You always, we talked about this. Funeral, wedding, puja, everything we set first, then you consult Baba. Get your dates right. We don't plan funeral for sure. Sometimes of prolonged sickness, so you just have an idea, you know. Get your dates right. Do what is right, not for you, not for the family, not for the loved ones, not for the community, but what is right for the soul of that individual. And imagine, always ask yourself, if I die, when I die, what would I like to be happening for me? Not only the eulogy, what would be saying, and you're smiling at all the nice words they're talking about you. What wreath would be placed with you and by you, how you will dress. Not only that, but what would you like if I'm lying in that casket? What I would like done for me. Don't worry about all. Make sure when you call it, make sure our family name is on that wreath. Make sure it's there and the place closest to the casket, eh? Yeah, but the casket doesn't have space anymore. Now poke them in. Putting all the flowers inside. For what? That will do nothing, oh man. That's just ambience to satisfy you. And that ain't going nowhere beyond that point. You bring it to him and you watch it until it's ready to. Let me move on. Devotees, when you perform Shraddha Karma, or it doesn't done for them rightfully, or Pindadanam is not given, they become Buddha. We continue. This is what Bhagavan says. Then Bhagavan is a story in a story. You know, like when you're telling a story to someone, then you say, hey, once I heard this thing was being given by so and so. So here, Garuda adds Sriman Narayana. Sriman Narayana is telling us how we become ghosts, preta. Then Bhagavan said, hey, I remember Yudhishthir was having a dialogue with Bhisham Pitamaha. And he asks, Yudhishthir says, oh grandfather, please tell me what those evil deeds are result in when we become a ghost. What, very importantly, what is the means of redemption? How can we redeem? How can we help? In Pitrapaksh, you can help. Not only Pitrapaksh, their birth anniversary, who have gone. Their death anniversary, their marriage anniversary, the tithi that they die on. The tithi, meaning the date. When I say the date, not the 5th of August like that. Is it the 10th day in the bright half of the month or the 11th of that? I mean, Those dates, if you're doing for that individual soul, those dates are mostly recommended to perform Parvan Shraddha, like in Pitra Paksh. You want to do for your father, just example, who passed, or your mother who passed. You want to do for them alone. You get the titi, or the birth anniversary titi like that. Or if it's out of Pitra Paksh, their birth date, their death date, their funeral date, all these are auspicious dates to do for them. But if you're doing for the entire Pitri, the entire Kulam, Pitri Paksh, Amavasya, Sankranti, these are the dates. Your calendar tell you all these. Pitri Paksh, these 15 days. Amavasya, the last day of the dark half of every month. Like how we have full moon. Amavasya, Sankranti, Zodiac sign, they change it. Dashmi Titi, where Yama rule. These are all auspicious dates you can do for them. My dear devotees, here, how can they redeem? How can we redeem? You can help them. And look, how can you help? Not only who died yesterday, not only who died 2 years ago, not only your generation, meaning you are here, my parents. But how much can we help? 21 generation only. 10 that has gone already. By you doing a little, take a flower. You don't have to go to no frills and buy carnation, whatever you pull in your yard, whatever seasonal flower you have. And you just clasp your hands and pray to Shri Krishna for them. With a tulsi leaf, with your tears profusely flowing. Not only one, but you can help 10 generations that gone. And even 10 to come, who haven't even born yet, you can help. And of course, your generation itself. 10, and 10, 20, 21. 21 generation, Bhakta Jano. Remember Sagar's story? Bhagirath. Look how many thousands there were born, how much generation after generation. One pick up the torch and continue. Another one pick up the torch and continue. One whole parivar went on, one whole generation went on and couldn't bring moksha. This happened to us too because we don't know. But you cannot give up. You should not give up. When you give up, you leave in the baggages and it becomes pitra dosha. It becomes heavier to who to come. It becomes heavier and heavier and heavier to who yet to come. So you have to do, move it onwards. And in moving it onwards, you're lightening the load for them because you're part of that generation too. Because if you don't lighten the load when you got it, you're facing the same consequence. Dear devotees, how can we redeem them? Yudhishthir is asking, and we know who is Yudhishthir, right? One of the Pandavas' brothers. And herein, Bhagavan is Bhishma says, I shall tell you this entire story of where one turns into a ghost. Bhagavan Sriman Narayan tell you the pranam. But here also, my dear Bhakta Jano, he's telling the real story. He says once there was a Brahmana, a righteous Brahmana, Sanataka, who was practicing penance in the forest. He was very compassionate. And my dear devotees, he was deprived of dvesha and raga. He did not, this Brahmana, this servant, Yudhishthir, and Bhisham Pitamaha is having this dialogue to substantiate, to prove and to tell and to further harness our mind how we become Preta. Stay with me. Here this Brahmana is saying he is devoid of the dualities, dvesha, raga. Once you like, there must be dislike. Once there's dislike, there must be like. You see the food in front of you, just eat. When you open your wardrobe, your closet, just wear that man like that. Once you like this one, you're not going to like that one, and a problem starts there. This Brahmana was devoid of that, raga and dvesha. And he spent years in the forest, and he wanted to give up his life, my dear friends. He says he will immerse himself in the water, and until he dies, he will remain there in tapasya. Dear Bhaktajano, as he remained there in tapasya, he realized he saw 5 ghosts, 5 pretas, and they were in terrible form. He was very fearful, like you and I would do. He was very fearful and frightened. And of course, he asked them, he closes his eyes like any one of us will do, and think they're gone. Muster some strength, they're still there. And he started to have a dialogue with them. What sin have you committed? He's asking them. Where have you attained this form and this root from? This deformity? And where are you proceeding in company? Where the 5 of you are going? The long story short, in this shloka, the preta, the bhuta, the ghost is answering back to this brahmana who is in this water performing tapasya. Permit me.
Shri Krishna Sharanam
Think of your loved
Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam 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 Mama.
Swestu karma vipratam pretatvam dvijotam paradoharta sarva papa mrityu samgataya Shri Krishna
Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Preta Uvacha. The Preta says, O excellent Brahmana, our ghosthood is the outcome of our own misdeed. Sriman Narayan told how we become. Here the ghost is having a live dialogue. This Preta with this Brahmana who is performing tapasya, namaskaram, being in that water. Because of our own misdeed, we are engaged in harassing others. Hence we became victims of foul death. And we know that was one of the reasons why we become. And he went on to explain, we extremely create and cause havoc and pain and agony, and allow others to be in a sorrowful, pitiful plight and situation. This is what we were doing. You will think this enormous, heinous act, simple, little things that you may not think of. Oh Bhaktajano, it brings those sorrows. And all of a sudden he went on to talk of each one of them, the 5 of them, what is their name and why they got those names, why their mouth was protruding, why their tooth was protruding, why they have no one head and one eye. Garuda Purana have immense description. Because of the wrong act that you perform, you come back to feast the same way. Bhaktajano. Bhaktajano, how? They went on to say, thus, I have told you how we have turned into ghosts. Narayan Bhagavan tells, but this is a live place being telling, which Yudhishthira and Bhishma Pitamaha is having this dialogue. and telling his story to all of us so we can listen, we can understand. And he says, we have become somewhat, the Preta is saying to this Brahmana who was doing puja, who was ready to renounce his life doing tapasya, who was engaged in kind, precious, divine, sattvic act. He says, I am somewhat wise now. I wish to hear more, this Bhuta, this ghost is saying. And please ask me more questions. Because if you ask, the Brahman is asking his Preta, he will answer. He says, please ask me. Whatever else you want to know, how we attain, and etc., etc. What would you like to know? But we have become a little wiser. Oh man. Coming together, satsang, good company, good doha, Rama. Being in satsang, very good company. Oh man, tell us what you're doing here tonight. Not only you come, but you brought the energies of your loved ones. Bring them into satsang as Dundulkari was.
Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram. Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram. Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram.
Ram Raja,
Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram.
Kabiras, a poet of yesteryears, is telling us, so man, be in good company, not just a company, but a good company, and all of us know what is good and what is not. Chandan ki kuta ki bali, nahi babula la karava. Oh Ram
Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram.
Bolo, bolo.
Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram.
साधन की जो परिबाली, साधुन की जो परिबाली, ना हिंसा कत होगा। ओ राम राजा,
Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram. Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram.
कबीर संगता साधु की, जो की भूसी काया। ओ राम
Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram.
Everybody?
Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram.
कीरा करा भो जन मिले, कीरा कर भोजन मिले, साकत संग ना जाया। ओ राम राजा, राम
Raja, Ram Raja, Ram. Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram Raja, Ram.
राम राजा, राम राजा,
Ram Raja, Ram.
चंदन की कुत्ती भली, नहीं बाबूल लकराव. In here, this Pisach, this Bhuta, find himself in good company. And we can talk on satsang until this prana goes, and it will not do justice to satsang, oh man. But just to bring home this point, it is better to own a piece of chandan wood than to own the whole forest of babur, turns, pimpla. Kabidas is telling us, oh man, it's better to own a little piece of chandan wood. You know when you go buy the chandan stick, how expensive it is, that you ragre, the stick that you break, to buy a piece, the real thing, than to own the whole forest of people. People stir. It is better to live in a little hut in company of a sadhu than to live in a large village of criminal mind. That is self-explanatory. Don't worry about your surroundings, but your company. It says you become the 5 persons you lie with, or you hang with, or your body up with. You become better than that. Children, parents, understand this. Who you hang with all the time, even if you don't want to be there, you get caught up in it, in the rock. So strong is the influence. Bhagavan went on, oh man, to talk about. He says, it is wise to keep the company of a sadhu, even if you have to live on bhusi. Jo ki bhusi khaha. You know what is bhusi, children? Parents, you know what is bhusi? Who can tell me what is bhusi? Yes, go ahead. Tell them what is bhusi. Shout out bhusi. From the rice. What else? From the paddy. The waste from the paddy. Paddy is the raw material for rice, young people. The paddy. When you burn bhusi, that's it. The whole bhusi of couscous, meaning dry coconut, and just grind it out and wash out all the milk. You don't get nothing but when you squeeze them some water and white just like water. Couscous. Bhagavan is saying, children, Bhaktajano, it's better we live in company of a sadhu and live on bhusi, which is live on nothing. But do not join the company of criminal, even if they give you kira kara bhojana mila. Even if they give you rice, sweet rice. Take your bhusi and sit up nicely with a good company. Don't get caught up, Bhagavan. Kabir is saying, oh man, we know a saying. When goat eats something and we know what it's saying. Don't get caught up with the glamour. Coming back to this kahani, satsang transformed this boot. And they went on to talk of all the misdeed. Oh man. It says, what do we eat? We won't talk about that. Very gross. Where do we reside? Let me talk about that a little bit quickly. It's already 8:30. Where do we reside? We eat, we drink, and we reveal in the house where? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Let's chant together, everybody.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Grihani cha shauchani prakira paskarani cha malina prasutani preta uchanti tataveva. Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate
नास्ति सत्यं गृहे यत्र न शौचं न च संयमः पतिर्देवास्तु विसङ्गा प्रेतभुजन्ति तत्रैव
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते
वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Grahani chaya shauchani. We eat, this is where we reside. We eat, and I left you to go search what they eat. Go to Purana and find this katha. We eat, we drink, and we revel in the house where people do not pay attention to cleanliness. Sauchayangani. That's where we stay. And where there is scatter of litter and carelessness, we haunt, we preside over unclean beings as well. Unclean beings as well. We reside and we enjoy in their house. Nasti satyam griha yattana saucha nacham samyaha. We reside and we enjoy in the house where there is no purity and where people do not observe truthfulness and restrain, control their mind. We join together with them and take meals. We take delight in haunting the houses where no mantras are recited, where no oblation is offered. This is a mouthful, Bhakti-jana. Where no mantras is being chanted or recited, all of us. Nobody virtually or physically cannot tell me they don't know a mantra. Just recite Om. Full breath, inhale, full thy lungs. That is all the composition of mantras. Where no oblations, no havan, no jala, no arga. You know, sometimes, now it's Shraddha season. You tell someone at the end of Tarpan, throw your dal, you throw east, west, north. Now west, think about it. East, west, east, north, south. And then finally you give them a lota water, say throw your dal, as to the eastern direction, Bhagavan Surya, dar, what is dar? And we are Hindu, we do not know what is dar. We do not know what is adhar. Offering water in your lota or glass. Back in the days, family knows this. Lota wasn't prevalent to everybody. If you got one lota in the house, you're good Hindu. And they shine them so much with raki. The burn remains from the fireside. Sand, and you roll them in the sand. And the friction, right? Some people used to have a glass, a regular drinking glass. And they got a nice little red hibiscus inside. That remain at the puja stand at the front of the yard. The puja stand where the Shiva Lingam is. And that remain there all the time. That glass will move. That glass get a rim and rim of kayan around it. Because that's Bhagavan one for dua. Jala. Let me don't go there. Let me left it right there. Oh man. We do not know. No oblation is offered. You don't even bow your head to Surya Bhagavan. Children, we need to get back to the basics. Parents, we need to get back to the basics. Even if you don't see your son, just bow in your house. You know which side you're raised from. Some people say, man, that side not all the time easy, because you change everything inside. You know where they turn them. Like that. Oh man, you just bow. You see the moon, you bow. Please, dear devotees, do oblations. We're home. I always fight. I always tell, don't worry about the little smoke, oh man. Please don't be so nitty-gritty. You'll die and it will left. You work so hard, you save, you'll have no charity, and when you're left, it will still be Bilawe. It will still be done out. Light the little havan, put little bit flame, and do little swaha business. Gayatri mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Do something, not only when Baba comes. Sit in the family once every 6 months. I just stretching it there. You can do once a month, whatever. Try and conjure your mind. We can have time for have a dinner once a year, or so often, or go out. We can have all these prerogatives intact. But we cannot sit one day or go with our family. And I know in today's world, taking all things away, it's a hectic world. Children grow up, everybody work different time. I understand all of that. But we can still coordinate. We can still sing. And if it's once a month, be at the puja room together. Do a little havan together. Children lead the parents. Make an appointment with them. This day we're going to get up a little early Sunday morning. If we're not coming to Monday, or this day, and we will do a little havan. We will do a little extra puja. Do something. People who do not read the Vedas regularly nor perform religious rites, that's where they reside. None of us know Vedas. But when I say Vedas, any scripture you know. A bhajan, just tag the bhajan. If you can't sing it like me, just tag the thing. Tag the word to Bhagavan. Sing it through your nose, sing it how you know him. Anyhow, just say it. I remember one time, there was a funeral in Wim on the quarantine. It was a Christian funeral. And there's a very old granny. They asked, anybody want to sing a hymn? She said, yes, she want to sing a hymn. She get up and just started singing Aigina Kila. Everybody was shocked. But you know, like me and you, we're not going to sing this, they come relax, that granny didn't care. She never hear well too. So you talk what you want to. She just talking shy in a killer. My dear friends, however you know it, and many of you, I know all of you, you can say it, you can sing it, you can squeak it. However, just say your bhajan, chant in your home, your Gayatri mantra, whatever it may be. Do this regularly. We hoover, they went on to say, we hoover around the house where God is not honored, where the household is vile and adharmic, without shame, without decency. And they went on, my dear friends. Bhakta Jano, they asked, how can we change this form? We'll wrap up. How can we redeem ourselves? My point is to you, do not fall in this category. Do not fall in this category. Satsang after satsang, if you look at your calendar, sometimes you yourself just vex and put them one and say, every month you get something, man. Every week you get something. Man, they can't go there, you know. Bhakta Jano, everything that's happened for the best. Bhagavan wants to care you. He wants to save you. He wants to restrain you. And if it comes to your thought, just do it. Don't suppress sattvic thought. He says, oh noble Brahmin, please, as you perform these sacred rites, I'm asking you out of frustration. Imagine, a Buddha is frustrated of his position. A Buddha, a Jay, is upset about the situation that they're in. They want help. And we, who are the highest of God creation, after Bhagavan is we. You see, a tiger or a lion will never give up on its dharma. Listen me carefully. A tiger or a lion will never give up on its dharma. No matter how hungry the lion or tiger is, it will never eat grass. Never eat grass on full belly and belch. Burp. Never. Get my point? A lion, carnivorous, a lion. A crow will never eat nothing except carcass. Obnoxious carcasses. He will never go and pick a nice apple and eat. It will not give up on its dharma path. Think for thyself. You're the highest creation. I further say that. I rest my case. Bhakta Jano, these brute and they're saying, how can I ward? They're confused and they're frustrated. How can I ward off this ghosthood? It is better for me to die 100 times, they're saying now, than to turn a ghost. It's better for me to born and die and born and die and born and die than to be a ghost because of what they go through. Brahmana Uvacha, the Brahman said, oh man, those who fast, those who keep awake, like example, vigil, jagarna, mahashivratri, those who perform these vrat is purified, is cleansed by the meritorious deed, is never born as a ghost or a preta. Who perform Ashwamedha, and they use Ashwamedha because that's one of the highest yajna. Ashwa, Sri Ram, offering of loosing of horses. Some people say, I talk about horse, I think about cow, and as I said, come to my mind, let me tell. Some people say, and you see a big argument all about on Facebook, is Pitrapaksh. Hey, it's a fun thing, eh? Pitrapaksh, big fight down, big views down, all the Babas, all intellectual being. The Baba them asking for cow, and the Baba them asking for gold cow, and like that. All these arguments. Where all this nonsense came from, they're saying, where this come from, where that come from, you've seen. Must look, they're there. Get involved, don't at least know what's happening. A little spiritual gossip. This never happened. Where does Gaudhan come from? Gaudhan. Where does this come from? We didn't even talk about that yet here. But it just come to my head. You know, some people say where does this come from? Katha Upanishad, a very popular discourse. Katha Upanishad came from Yajurveda. Yajurveda has two parts, Shukla Yajurveda and Krishna Yajurveda. And the Katha Upanishad came from Krishna Yajurveda. So I don't know nothing. But people who claim to be PhDs and scholars in Sanskrit says, it didn't come from the Vedas. People make this up as it go on their way. They make this up as it go on. But Katha Upanishad was a dialogue between Nakshiketra and Lord Yama. And his father wanted to go to heaven. I forget his father's name now. Anyway. And I forget the yagya what it's called. Go back to some of my Bhakti Satsang episode, is there. He wanted to gain heaven, Vaikuntha. And it was told he have to perform a yagya of giving everything away. I forget what the right name for the yagya is called. Eh? He have to perform everything. But Nachiketra, who was a little boy, saw cow. This cow saw maga, he said. Ribs are showing, the cow is old. The cow is in a fit, not they can't even breathe well. They can't even chew their own grass if you put them in their mouth. So Nachiketra was like, he so cared for his father's well-being. If you are doing something, stay with me children. If you're doing something to reach Vaikuntha, you want to do the best, isn't it? And my father, all he's done that he's given him cow, these cow are now worthy, they're not healthy. This would not bring his fruit that he wants. So he decided to intervene. Look, this child, Putra, care of the well-being, very young child. He care of the well-being. He went and he asked his father. Father busy focusing on giving all thing away, give away. He said, who are you giving me to? I told you this story many times. This boy, his son, who are you giving me to? He ignored him. So who are you giving me away to? Third time. He said, I'm giving you to God, death. God of death, Yama. The child studied. Look at child mentality, children. Look at this child. He went in a corner, fold up, didn't slam the door. Maybe he didn't have a door, maybe. And he went there. And he said, am I not worthy enough? I thought I'm a good son to my father all along. Am I not doing why would he give me away? Am I not doing? That's how he started to think. Oh, or maybe something I have to do to help my father. And in me doing this, it will elevate him like that. Think. Don't look at it one side, children. Think in totality. And Nachiketa was told, long story short, he go to Yamalok. He had to go meet Yama Bhagavan. Some people say, how you know they got a better place? Did anybody ever go there and come back? Nachiketa went there and come back. Nachiketa went to Yamalok and he come back on earth. My dear friends, Gaudan was sins in those days. That's my point. Gaudan was sins in those days. That was the wealth used to give away. That's the wealth they had. People say nowadays, when you get cow, you give the bull cow. We not good on that. See. Bhakta Jano, read the Garuda Purana. It tells you everything, what you give, how you give, why you give, what you should give for. Some people say, well, I thought Bhagavad Gita said the soul can't get hurt, the soul don't get wet, the soul can't get defragmented. What the soul do with cow? What is soul do with umbrella? But we forget those people who said that they don't keep in that honor. Those people who say that they don't do Pindarana. So definitely they won't have a body. Sanatani do Pindarana. I forgot to say that. Sanatani do Pindarana. So a body is created, isn't it? That's within Shrad. Body is there. Food is there. Hunger is there. You have to help that body. My dear friends, coming back to our closing episode, when you perform these miraculous acts, when you perform yajna, when you help in the community, when you plant trees, when you water the plants, they beautify, then plant go dry and burn up there and some of you don't water them. Bhakta Jano, when you help in these, when you help to build a gaushala, that's an English word, cow pen, cow shed, a gaushala, a shelter for a cow, you will never, oh man, when you help in, back in the days, when you help to allow someone to do a wedding to give away their kanya, their daughter, back in the days when there's a wedding, the whole village, the whole month before, everybody there at the house. Pick rice, white line fence, cut wood, the men, the women. Whole week, even if your neighbor you not talk, you bury that shit and you go there, you move the picket, you move the fence, and you go through back and forth whole month like that. It says those who help someone to give their kanya away, their daughter away in kanya danam. These are great blessings, my friends. You take shelter in Bhagavan, you will never become a ghost. My dear Bhakta Jano, the story went on. When this happened, Bhishma Yudhishthira realized that a chariot, a voice, after being in this satsang, this good company, a voice was eluded, a drum ring, and a chariot came and helped. I'm just rushing the story to get close to end, right? So you have an idea. Lang thing more in between. But to help those Bhoot and those Pisach to go to the heavenly region. We know we're close in that, isn't it? We know we're close in those fraternity. Do not fall there. Do not go there. Help. When Bhagavan bring you to Mahalakshmi Narayan Mandir, or whichever mandir, or whichever satsang, or whatever pious act, if he tell you cook food and share, if that comes to your mind, he's subtly talking to you. If he tell you do this to help someone in the community, please do it. Please do it. Do not suppress that behavior. Do not suppress. If it come to your mind, do this. This is the last $5 you have in your pocket. Just give it and do it and done with. Do not think. Do not mutter over it. Do not dissect over it. By the time you give that thing or you do that thing, waste time. And if you can do, and you debar yourself from do, God, remember this, He created that opportunity. He created that path. All of a sudden the lights change, you stop them, somebody appear from nowhere. You search around, you feel around, you get a loony, you give them. And sometimes whole week before you look to find one, you get them in your hand and drive. And you can't find nobody to give them something like that. My dear devotees, when an opportunity will come to you to serve, to build, to help, a temple, a garden, a community service, a community center, whatever it is, please do. Please do. Because mind you, we will leave our strength, we will leave our wealth, we will leave everything intact. We will leave everything intact. This eye is not even ours. This hair that we cherish so much. And when they start to drop and you get a little ball like me, you start to stress and worry, sleepless night. You see, you get wealth or you start to feel bad. When you see Alam here of Alam, you say, don't worry, oh man. They're all signs and signals telling us, get your act together, pull your socks up, pull your act up, perform kinda. He's giving you opportunity. He's laying the path for you, oh man, where you're leaving the path of roses and go walk where get brick to bore and hurt you. Oh Bhakta Jano, in this Pitra Paksha, Bhakta Jano, dear devotees, as we wrap up, Bhagwan Kripa, His mercy be with all of you. As I thank our dear family here tonight, Shriman and Srimati Kalicharan, their wonderful boys, my godchildren, wherever their pitras are, may Bhagavan continue to bless them. Receive the riches, what they are doing. Because all of us have the same opportunity. All of us have the same 24 hours in a day. All of us have the same intellect and so forth. All of us, this kata has been given to. Do your right act. Perform your duties. It will help you. It will remove Pitra dosha. And when they leave to go back on the 25th, tomorrow Sunday, the next Sunday, they'll be so happy. They'll be so contented. They brag. They boast going down the road back to Yamalo. I received this. I received that. I collect this. I collect that. I get this. I get that. They feel so happy. The messengers of Yama, when they get that preta in a noose and whipping and beating, and the children of a tulsi leaf or the children of a tarpan, the messenger, the emissaries of Yama get goosebumps. They get happy. They take time out to pray for this preta. Wow, this must be something. They started to think of the quality of this preta that they have in their connection. Dear devotees, do not give up. How long do you must perform Shraddha for? Until you're dead. People like to ask, well, last year we did that thing. We got to do them again. Last year you eat till next year to know. As long as you live, perform action with faith, Shraddha. May it be Tarpana, may it be Devi Maya, Navratri is coming, Shraddha Navratri. With faith, Dipavali, whatever it may be, you do it with immense faith. Think of your loved ones, do your Tarpan, take out little food, offer to Bhagavan. They will benefit. Therefore, I say not. Prem Solo Vrindavan Vihari Lal Ki Jai. I know it's close to 9, but as we wrap this package, I think we'll have a bhajan or two, then we go straight to our tea. Bhagavan, blessings be with you, blessings be with his family, a supporter and strong stalwart of Mahalakshmi Narayan Mandir, and all of us can be that and have that privilege and that opportunity. Please, I beg of you, you see on Facebook, you see so much things are happening. Get involved. You know my dear sister Shanita, some of you have her on your Facebook page. Do kind acts, do devout acts. I see it's her birthday, her 60th birthday. She's always a servant of this mandir, donating, helping. She's raising funds for a sick child. If I tell you beyond, I might be wrong. Raise fund, look at our page, look at her page if you can donate something to that child. I didn't read the whole thing, I'm so bad, but I remember I had to do it. I was supposed to do it before. Please contribute, please help. Someone is in some deprivation in this world. Please help. Please donate, please contribute. Please even give a call and say I'm thinking of you. You may not have the wealth to give, but I'm thinking of you. Send a text. We have so many means today. Please do and contribute in whatever way, shape or form. As I hand you over to our Gandharvas, we'll have a bhajan or two and then we go straight over to our team. Prem Sro Lakshmi Narayan Bhagavan Ki Jai.
हरे का ध्यान लगा मन मेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। सुमिरन कर ले सांझ सवेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। हरि का ध्यान लगा मन मेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। जल में तन में नील गगन में, कन कन में प्रभु के छाया रे। मैं जिसने मन के आगे खोले, उसने उसका दर्शन पाया रे। जो नर हरे के माला पेरे, जो नर हरे के माला पेरे, जोते जन्म जन्म के फेरे, जन्म के फेरे। हरे का ध्यान लगा मन मेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। दगरे दगरे पर जोता मेला रे, और मती है जूती माया रे। भाई कौन सा दे दन ले जाएगा कौन साथ दने लेके आया रे। भाई जग में सबे के रेन बसेरे, जग में सबे के रेन बसेरे। साथ किसी से कौन चले, कौन चले। हरे का ध्यान लगा मन में जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे,
सब दुख तेरे।
सुमिरन कर ले साँझ सवेरे, मिट जाएंगे
सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे।
राम कृष्ण हरे गोपाल कृष्ण हरे,
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 राम कृष्ण हरे गोपाल कृष्ण हरे, राम कृष्ण हरे गोपाल कृष्ण हरे। श्री गोवर्धन नाथ पाद युगलम् हयं कवीना प्रियम् नित्यं श्री मधुरादिपं सुखकरम् श्रीवीतले शम्भुदा श्रीमद्द्वारवतीश गोकुलपति श्रीगोकुलेन्दु विभुम् मन्मथ श्रीमोहनं नतावरं गिरिं श्रीबालकृष्णं भजे कन्हैया 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 तुझे आना पड़ेगा वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा कन्हैया 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 तुझे आना पड़ेगा वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा Hare Krishna, Hare Murari, Jai Jai Govardhan Giridhari. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Murari, Jai Jai Govardhan Giridhari. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Murari, Jai Jai Govardhan Giridhari.
Before we stand for our tea, offer one prayer to those of our loved ones who have gone beyond, thinking of them as we sit here. All of us, some of us would have lost a parent, a child, a spouse, whatever the case may be, our dear mother or dear father. Wherever my Parampita is, may he continue to enjoy the bliss as we clasp our hands and we pray to our Pitras. Bhagavan, everything we do tonight and in this period, not for us, but everything is for you, Bhagavan. Everything is for you, Lord. All our seva, all our thoughts, all our action, pious especially, may that elevate, may that help. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardhanam Devaki
परमानन्दं कृष्ण वन्दे जगद्गुरु
Om Dandahasto Darodeva Dharmaraja Mahabala Mahakal Mahadeva Dharmamurti Namastute Om Devata Baya Pitra Bahascha Mahayogi Baya Evacha Namaha Swahaye Swadhaye Nityave Namo Namaha Om Namo Naranaya Namaha Om Namo Naranaya Namaha Om Namo Naranaya Namaha Om Shanti Shanti
शान्ति शान्तिः
Let us kindly stand for concluding our tea. Om Yani Kanikshya Papani Janamantar Kritanischa Tani Tani Vinakshanti Pradakshanai Pade Pade
आरती कांज बिहारी के श्री गिरधर कृष्ण मुरारी के आरती कांज बिहारी के
श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की
आरती कांज बिहारी के श्री गिरधर कृष्ण मुरारी की
आरती कंच बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की
गले में बैजंती माला
माला
बजावे मुरली मधुर बाला
माला
श्रवण में कुंदन चले काला
चंद्रमाला
नंद के नंदन श्री आनंद कंदन मोहन ब्रज चंदन राधिका रमन बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी
मुरारी की
आरती कांच बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी
श्री
पापियों को
पाप से तारती।
हे मेरे कृत्य मुक्ति पते पंचमी वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने
वाला
हे मेरे कृत्य मुक्ति पते पंचमी वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने
वाला
हरि ज्ञाने वरदाने
हरिदान नहीं वरदान नहीं
जग के मंगल की आरती पापियों को पाप से
तारती।
जय भागवते भगवान की हे आरती पापियों को
पाप से तारती।
हे शांति गीत पावन पुनीत का भोगो मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन खाने वाला शांति गीत पावन पुनीत का भोगो मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन खाने वाला हे सुख करनी हे दुख हरनी हे सुख करनी हे दुख हरनी हे मधुसूदन की आरती पापियों को
पाप से तारती।
जय भागवत भगवान की हे आरती पापियों को
पाप से तारती।
हे मधुर बोल जग बहन कोल सन मर्ग दिखाने वाला
बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला
हे मधुर बोल जग बहन कोल सन मर्ग दिखाने वाला
बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला
श्री राम हे घनश्याम हे श्री राम
राम यही घनश्याम यही
सबकी महिमा की आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय भागवत भगवान की हे आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय भागवत भगवान की हे आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती पापियों को पाप से तारती पापियों को पाप से तारती
As you have waved that sacred light to Bhagavan, papiyon ki papi ki hai arati. Lord, may that soft and sacred light be our guide. Be our guide, our meaning you within us, our pitras and the entire cosmos. Om Tvameva matascha pita tvameva Tvameva bandhuscha
सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा
त्वमेव सर्वं मम
देव देवा
ॐ तमतो मा सद्गमया
तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्युर्मामृतङ्गमया
हरि ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम. Let's bow for our gurus. Om Gurura Brahma
गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः
तस्मै श्री गुरवे
नमः.
प्रेम से राधवर कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय. सत्य सनातन वैदिक धर्म की जय. महालक्ष्मी नारायण मंदिर की जय. संतन की जय जय. Thank you, dear devotees, for being in satsang tonight. Take our pavitra of Arati, Prasaran, Bhojan. Please participate with Bhojan. Please continue, join us tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. as we commence our Sunday morning satsang and conclude the recitation of Garuda Mahapurana 3 sessions, dedicating all to our Bhagavan, to our Pitras. And may we continue to be inspired. May we continue to be alleviated. Dear devotees, please join us also Monday evening for regular Shiva Mahadev Abhishekam Rudram Chamakam Lagunyasanam for adoration to Bhagavan Shiva. And of course, as we will wrap up in our coming week, this Pitra Paksha, please remember Navaratri commences the 26th. Join us every evening, 7 p.m. Of course, we'll commence our Murti Puja, Balidana and everything else before. But of course, I think there's just a few days remaining now. Please, if you would like to sponsor, if you would like to be involved, if you would like to prepare Bhojan, or whatever you would like to do for Navaratri, this Shraddha Navaratri, celebrate the triumphant over difficulties on that Vijay Dashmi, that Dussehra, that 10 day. Let us celebrate the defeat of Mahalakshmi Narayan Mandir again and again with our children and parents and servants, always in service to all of us. Please remember to mark our date, our gala, on the 12th of November. Bhagwan Kripa and mercy be with all of you. Once again, Filmalingi, join us in the morning, and our those devotees in house participate with your Bhojan, your Prasaram. Jai Shri Narayan.